Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you how to connect this Hubsan X4 Pro H501A quadcopter to this relay and this cell phone, this mobile phone, with its Sony Xperia X Compact. To be frank, I would kinda recommend to have a bigger phone because compact models is kinda too small for this, especially if you're going to fly FPV. So it's a good idea to have a phone that's 5 inches or more. Here is the relay, and it looks like this. It's kinda nice to hold in. It feels plasticky, and to be honest, it should have been great if I could use the phone like this. But you have to think that some phones do not work properly when inserted into this holding of the relay. So a big warning, and be careful if you're getting disconnections between the cell phone and the relay, is because of interference of the Wi-Fi signals. So this phone actually has to be flown outside of this device. Okay, I'm sorry about that interruption. I had to change sides here. So I'm doing it at another direction this time. I don't want to film the people that are waiting for the bus. So I'm going to bind these devices together. You start first with a relay, and you should bind the relay to the phone. And you do so by clicking here. You see it's two blue dots here, and the red one, it tells that it's activating the Wi-Fi signal, and it will soon be a Wi-Fi hotspot. You will see it when it turns green. Now it's green. So now to the really important part. Some phones do not work properly when inserted into this device. So I have to have my cell phone on the side and opening up. I go into the Wi-Fi settings, and as you see, it's already connecting to the relay. So at the moment the phone and the relay is connected. Remember that you do not need a password for this. So despite what the manual says, no password. So now it's time to connect, to open up the X Hubsan app. You can download it from the Play Store or iTunes. There is probably many videos showing how to do that, so I won't do that. I'm just opening the app. I just checking, so and you see it says X Hubsan, and here is the Hubsan H501A. I enter the device, and this time I take the camera this time. So I'm getting in here. As you can see, I'm not sure if you can see this one, but there is connected to the relay. It says here because it's the relay up there. The first time when you connect this quadcopter, you have to go into the settings, which is the brushed wheel up there, and you have to choose the relay settings. Here you can see the hardware version, the software version of the relay, and what the relay's name is. And you have to go into set up the relay connection to aircraft. And when you do that, it will search up for the relay. If it doesn't find the relay, you press the refresh button, and when it finds the Wi-Fi signal from the quad, you press that quad name and press connect. And if it doesn't connect, you do it again. This is because you have to connect the quad to the relay, and this time you do need the password, and the password is 12345678. But in this case we don't need to do that because I already done so. So now I'm going to connect this quad. I will wait for it. One more while we're waiting for it to activate. You heard the 4 beepings here. Tells that everything, all the ESCs are working properly. You should never do what I do. I'm actually doing this on the sofas and table that is more or less made by iron, and iron is no good when you do geometric calibration, which the app asks me to do now. I do like this. I spin it around several times until the app says I'm done. Still now it says I should point the camera down and do like so. You can even see the lights changing when it's done. It will stop flashing, and the app will also say it's done. So now the second most important thing is, now you have to put the devices kind of close to each other, and you have to bind first, and then it will do a GPS accuracy test. And when they do the GPS accuracy test, you have to be kinda close to each other. I press next, let's see, and everything is fine. So how do I do when I want to fly this thing? Well, I actually have to put this relay into my pocket. A good thinking is to let it point at the direction you're going to fly, and then I have to close down the bay. I want at least to show you how it works when it's during takeoff. Let's see here now. As you see here, I have 100% of battery power in the quad. I have 11 satellites, full connection to the phone and to the quad itself through the relay. Altitude 0, distance 1 meter. Well, actually it's more like 1.5 meter. Speed 0. And it says motor is locked. If I want to see the map, I press where it says Google, and now I can see the map, and I can do waypoints, kinda. Here I can the first little button up here that looks like a quad. We have normal mode, waypoint mode, following me mode, and orbit mode. I can press either of these. When I press the map waypoints mode, I have been able to, I can draw like so. I can remove it, of course, remove all. I can point one at a time. If I choose the second, and I can remove that too. I can also remove one at a time if I choose the second one there. If I want to fly in, I draw one more. If I want to have a point of interest when I do waypoints, I can, yeah, I press waypoint and I press in the middle. It's kind of small. I can do like this. I press and I do like that. Now I have a focus point. I remove it, and if I want to fly it, I press submit, and then I press launch. It's the button up here with the arrow pointing up, and then when it's up I press down and it goes up to a certain point into the air, a certain level and certain height, and it will go to the first point in the waypoint mission. So let's remove everything. This button here is how you control it. You can put your fingers on here, and I can start it like so, and I can shut it off. I can also start it like putting both fingers like going out like that, and I can do like this, pulling the stick down, and the propellers will stop. The third button here is the return to home, and there are two versions of return to home. It can return to where it launched, and it can also return to the controller itself. So it will look where I have the phone. Let's see here if I can at least show you a little launch. I hope it will. I press the launch. Are you sure to take off? Okay. Now we should start to lift. I hope I do not get any toilet bowl effects. You see it's going up slowly, and it seems to have a quite okay hover, and I can do a little. It's blowing a little. Doing a little rotation. It has quite okay yaw. The wind is not kind. I'm doing well slow. It can actually go much faster. I can. It's quite direct. I can go forward. I can go backwards, of course. At the side and to the left, right. So to go up, I press upwards on the phone, and it will ascend. I did press the. It's not as easy. It's kind of windy. I'm not really used to flying this way. To land it, you either pull it down like so. Actually, sometimes I would recommend to just pull the stick down like that, and as fast as it's on the ground it will stop. You have some very small numbers, a little arrow and a little it looks like a little controller. It's the GPS numbers, so if you lose the quad, you could always take a screen dump on the phone, and you can always find the quad again, hopefully. I'm going to do a relaunch to show you how it works when you're using the automatic land. And this is one of the things I think Hubsan should actually work on a little more. Just look on this. I doing the automatic land, and you see it jumps like crazy. I could help it a little by pressing the stick down, but otherwise Hubsan should do anything about that, I really think. Headless mode. If you press, you see a little arrow here, I hope. If I press that one, you get into headless mode. To film the flight, you press here. If you press that, now we're on video mode. You see a red dot inside a round circle. If I press the camera, you see just a round circle, no red dots. Going up again, and shall see if I can take a picture of myself. And as you see, I'm going up a little more. And I'll take a picture of myself. Oh, I think I still have headless mode. That's why it worked so strangely. I take one more picture. If I want to film, I press that button. Now I'm filming. And as you see, I actually think there's not that much lag in the controlling and stuff. It's not that horrible. It's kind of direct controlling. If I press there, I disconnected. So this is a little about how it works. It will come more about how to fly waypoints and stuff like that. This quad is also possible to fly with the other Hubsan controllers for the other Hubsan. I will land it now. So despite I actually did a calibration on that table there, I actually got a quite good luck. So I did get a quite good luck despite of that, and the phone behaves quite good. I do not really dare to put my phone in this one. I'm not sure if I do dare that, but this would have been much better, especially when it comes to controlling and stuff like that, because it feels like you have something to hold on. So if Hubsan would be possible to perhaps sell some sort of shielding thing that you could put between the relay and the phone. I think it actually could be quite a good idea, that it could be getting a much better feeling how to fly this one. I would do a little better tutorial about of the app. I might do some sort of a screen dump or something like that. So till next time, see ya, bye.